If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I made a video the other day where I talked about a variety of subjects actually, and I touched on how much water weighs in your truck and how damaging weight is to the truck. And I said in the video that an overweight vehicle is the worst thing you can do to the vehicle. I got a couple responses from that, and it's always interesting how this works. And they were literally one right after the other. One person commented, and right after that the next person commented, and they commented completely different things. They said, the first one said, you know, you got a really good point. You really need to start thinking like a hiker when you're talking about nomadic lifestyle. Instead of having 7 changes of clothes, maybe just 2 changes of clothes, you know, one you're wearing, maybe 2 others, and wash frequently, which is exactly what we do. And then the other person who commented said, look, you got it all wrong. You need to go get a bigger vehicle so you can carry more weight because you're going to need things. And he started listing off all kinds of things that you're going to need. And he was really specifically talking about auto parts stuff, thermostats, spare tires, headlights, and belts, hoses, because you don't want to be stuck out 30 miles away and have to get a tow truck. In my opinion, understanding how vehicles work, it doesn't matter if you have an 8-cylinder or a 4-cylinder like I have. It doesn't matter. You're going to damage your vehicle if you start getting into heavier weight loads. Vehicles are designed for a specific weight, and if you get past that weight, things are going to start to fail. Let me explain something that should be pretty easy to understand. Your tires. The more weight you put on your tires, the faster those tires wear out. It's just physics. It's called friction. As you're running down the road, okay, your back tires are pushing against a piece of concrete. So that is creating heat and friction. And so over time, tires wear out. It's just because every time it goes around, it frictions against that pavement and a little piece of that rubber comes off. Well, when you put more weight on it, the more friction you're going to have. So if you think about it just from a braking standpoint, you apply your brakes. You slam on your brakes and you squeal down the road until you come to a stop, right? Well, let's say it takes you 300 feet to stop. I don't know, 40 miles an hour, it doesn't matter. And so all that rubber is being removed from your tires for 300 feet. Okay, so now I'm just using this as an example because now if you put on more weight, and let's say you put on another, I don't know, 500 pounds. I'm just using, you know, made up numbers. And you slam on the brakes, same speed, everything. And now it takes you 400 feet to stop. You're wearing out more rubber for another 100 feet. So now imagine, every time you touch your brakes, those front tires are creating friction. That's the whole point of how it stops. It creates friction to stop that vehicle. So it doesn't matter that, you know, you got an 8-cylinder. Yeah, the 8-cylinder is going to pull it fine, but you're still going to wear things out. Your brakes, your tires, your transmission. I actually had an alignment expert tell me one time on my truck, you know, now that I have weight on it, when it pushes down, it actually creates a misalignment on the tire. And so not a lot, but you're going to actually wear your tires out from an alignment issue simply because you have weight in the back that the truck has to compensate for. So let's talk about weight and how fast weight adds up. I'm just going to go through a list of some of the things that I have. And 40 gallons of water, and then I also have my drinking water, which is another 5 gallons. So that, you know, I got 45 gallons of water, and that's, you know, 400 pounds. So my truck carries 1,400 pounds. So I've just reduced 400 pounds from it. So now I can only carry 1,000 pounds. Well, then I got myself and Carolyn to think about, okay? So let's say we weigh, I don't know, a combined weight of 350 pounds. Well, now we can only carry 650 pounds. The refrigerator weighs 50 pounds. And now if you think about it, how much food is in the refrigerator? 14 days of food, you know, 14 days of meat, for example, that's 14 pounds. Ketchup and all those little, you know, extra items that you buy, you're going to be up to 100 pounds real quick. So now we're down to 550 pounds. And then we got the generator that we carry around. The generator weighs 50 pounds and 10 gallons of gas that we carry. So 10 gallons of gas is 60 pounds. So now, you know, that's 110 pounds. So let's just call it rounded down to 100 pounds. You know, where are we at? 450 pounds. The camper weighs 250 pounds. So what are we at now? 200 pounds. So we only got 200 pounds that we can carry around. And then, of course, you know, you got your mattress and you got your stove and all the little miscellaneous items that you have. Our clothes is 20 pounds, just the Carolyn and I's clothes. And we don't have, you know, what I got. I think I got 3 pairs of pants and a package of new T-shirts. Of course, you got your underwears and socks and that kind of thing. The house battery, you know, we have an RV marine battery. I think that's like 80 pounds. Just the other day, I saw a video. They're building a van. And in the van, they put the floor down and they use 3/4 inch plywood just for the floor. So what is that? Let's say that's 50 pounds, and then they made a bed and different things. So they're probably up 100 pounds already just with the floor. Of course, they're gonna put linoleum down. And so all this stuff that they're adding into the van just to live in it is sucking up all this weight. Now, you see videos all the time where their transmission fails. It's almost in every YouTuber, it seems like. Every YouTuber has transmission failures, and they can't figure out why they're having transmission failures. When you put high-pressure oil into something, okay, so you're spraying oil and it's doing its job, well, then you introduce dirt into this high pressure, right? That dirt now becomes like a sandblaster. Now you're shooting high pressure oil that has dirt in it. It's sandblasting all those gears and all those little fine components inside the transmission, and it tears it up. The more weight you put into it, the more frictions, the more it breaks down, the more dirt that it's going to accumulate, and it's going to start really damaging the transmission. So in my opinion, it doesn't matter how much your truck can pull or carry or haul or how tough it is. When you're living in your vehicle, and this is where I think people really start to struggle with the idea, my truck can handle this, my van can handle this. Yes, it can, but when you're constantly putting that vehicle under pressure, it's going to wear out faster. When your house is your truck, you can't afford to be abusing the truck with all this extra weight because you're going to carry spare parts, because when the truck breaks, now you don't have a house. Bad enough you don't have a car, but now you don't have a house. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.